What's up, everybody? Back for another Hawkeye Star video. Your boy can't read dates apparently, because I actually thought this was coming out tonight. So I thought that while recording this video, I would, have it set and scheduled for when it actually dropped. And then I woke up and opened the game and saw it, and I was like, that was last night. Anyway, Planar Fissure event is out regardless, right? Two times stuff. Funny enough, nothing has actually changed since the last time I've done this video. I made a few changes to the list I've made, and I think in the future I'm gonna, instead of remaking it every single time because for some reason I never learn and I don't save it, I'm just going to have it saved so it's faster, and then probably be a bit more specific with the multiple character one, just in case somebody skipping ahead to the end of the video and just looking at the list is probably going to be like, oh, what do I farm for this character, because they're in the multiple set category, which is like half of the game at this point, right? So that'll be an update. But anyway, we have double rewards, 12 runs, we have 11 days, 11 hours as we recording this, so pretty much just 11 days, right? You have more than enough time to farm it. You can farm whenever you want. I'm probably just going to do it right away, just see what I get. In terms of the list, let me pull it up for you guys real quick. So first things first, trying to put them in groups. Like for example, Phanon uses this set right here, and the dot characters use this set right here, and that's how I have it ordered. So it's a bit easier to figure out. But yeah, nothing has changed. I think the last time I made this tier list, Ceredra was, we just got High Ceilings and Cedra like shown, right? So we know what they did, and we have yet to get March and Dawnhang showed. So we, what are you supposed to do? Obviously, I'm not going to go over leaks in this video. But yeah, nothing has actually changed. Everything is the exact same as before. Um, we pretty much just have, Phanon with his, if you're gone from the battlefield set, we have the dot set for these two, HP, and then, of course, High has her own. We have the funny um, energy regen set. There's like a million of them. And then Agnes set, we have the break characters. We have the same class characters. We have Good Old Glamoth, which is just like the base set for all these 4 stars. Hopefully they release a set that these guys can use. I know like they're pretty much almost unusable at this point. I wouldn't say unusable because I've seen a funny Donhang clear, right? But the average player definitely won't have the resources, the god rolls, or maybe even the dupes to make these characters viable. But it would be very cool to have a set that they can actually work instead of just everybody slapping like Glamoth or some other set on them and calling it a day, where it's like it somewhat works, right? Archer for skill spamming, all that stuff. You guys get the gist of it at this point. Nothing really changes. Now, for the multiple, I normally have the follow-up attack characters in like Duran Solstado, depending on what you need. If you have a lot of crit rate, you probably just, and obviously you have the criteria of having another follow-up attack character. You can do Duran if you need more crit rate, Solstado, right? But a lot of these characters pretty much come down to this: follow up that character, what do they need more of, and who are they paired with? A support slash healer, what do you want to give them? Do you want them to give attack to the team? Do you want them to give crit damage? Do you want them to have more effect res? Do you want them to have Von Whack for the speed, right, at the start of battle? Something like Robin so she can skill right away. It really just depends on what you need for your team. There's a lot of variables, so just being like, oh, well, I used Von Whack on Robin, right? So I'm gonna put, where is she at? I'm gonna put Robin here on Von Whack, right? It's a little disingenuous because some people won't need Von Whack on her. Maybe you have a very fast Robin for some reason, right? Or maybe your other characters, you know, need to go first for whatever reason, whatever it is, right? Um, I don't want to put it in just one tier and be like, that's de facto best, don't do anything else. There's just a ton of variables with these characters. Another example is someone like Kafka. If you want her in her own dot set or you want her to be a support, there's tons of options. I feel like it's weird because there's tons of options for certain characters, but then there's other times where I feel like we definitely need more generic or planar ornaments, because we're getting super specific. Now the dot one I'll let slide because the dot one is just a overall dot character one. But something like Phanon is so specific and it's really just for him. And I guess like maybe like a future character who has like a domain that makes him go away, but it's only for him. which what not only makes farming super annoying, because if you're trying to farm the dot set like I was, and you already have your Phanon like good on relics, or you don't want Phanon or whatever, it's like you just have a dead relic slot for no reason, right? Like no one uses this. So I'm hoping that the next Planar Ornament set, which by the way we should get a new relic set with Donhang in March, right? Luckily, that won't matter because it's only Planar Ornament times 2 and not actual relic times 2. But I'm really hoping we get a rather generic or kind of like Glamoth, just so we have kind of a jump in strength for certain characters who are maybe using something that doesn't fully benefit them, right? Like kind of like archers, where he does get the skill damage, right? But I mean, he has a follow up. His ult can do good damage, right? So if there was one that's like, I forgot the name of it. It's the follow up attack with like the it's in the break set for the actual relics. It's like starts with the V, I think. Pretty much if you do a follow up attack, your ult does more damage. If we had something like that, where it's like if you do a follow up, increase like skill and ult damage. I mean that's like very specific for him, right? But something more along the lines where you can get a more benefit of it, just because it works, right? But there definitely could be a somewhat more generic with better stats. I feel like the game has been around long enough to where if we were to release a set that's completely, I mean, we've already done it, right? No one uses the attack set anymore, right? Most of the supports don't use the HP set anymore. While we have Von Whack, we also have a bunch of other options that also give energy regen, right? Especially Lukasha, right? Because Lukasha is giving energy and attack, right? So we definitely have ones that replace it, but I don't think the game would end if we got like a better version of like. Okay, well, Sosato's kind of hard to beat. I will say it's for the good one, but if we got better versions or slightly tweaked better versions of certain planners, I think that'd be very very nice. Um, Not saying that we need one to make it to where like the multiple characters need like we need a definitive energy regen set. We need a definitive fall attack set. Not saying we need something like that, but something to help out the characters who are using one that's just like good enough for them. And my first example is these characters just because they use Galamuth because it's just there, right? Honestly, no one probably uses these characters anymore unless you're like a diehard Zaylee fan or something like that, right? But just having the option would be nice, and having less super specific ones is just what I would prefer, right? But other than that, for me, I'm not too sure what I'm farming. I think my dot set is fine for the most part. I think the actual 4-piece dot set is what I can improve on. Um, I actually don't know what I'm farming. Maybe this set. I can get a couple better rolls for I believe Tribby, and maybe get a blade set going if I ever lose to 50 and pull him. Just because I have like the bare minimum for everybody else. Because I have every character here but Blade. So I think this one will probably be the one I farm. It's really hard to get a lot of value out of farming these because I feel like there's either not a lot of characters in the one that you want to farm. For example, if you're farming like this one right here, right, which is the pure fiction, which I feel like you don't really need it. You can just keep whatever set you have for the perfection. But I feel like if you want to improve your Akron, you wouldn't even farm this for times 2 because it's like, oh, not many characters are going to benefit from it, so you're probably just going to dismantle it anyway. And if you're going to dismantle it anyway, you might as well go to a different one that has more characters, right? And I feel like that's just the option for most of these, unfortunately, depending on what characters you have multiple, what you want to farm. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. Let me know what you guys think about this event in the comments below. Do you think they should revamp it to where you can actually pick the 2 planners that drop? I think that would be an excellent way to kind of buff up this event, where if you wanted to farm the dot set and you wanted to farm the HP set, you could put them together, fight whatever boss they wanted you to, and then when you beat it, those would be the 2 planners that you could get. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you guys are going to farm, and I wish you the best of luck on your drops.